In this series, our heroes face the strongest wizards of the third Fang of the Lana clan. They are the strongest wizards of the whole academy, some of them are feared even by the teachers themselves. And now they realize that Mash and his friends are competing with them, so the opponents must be exterminated. Will our freshmen be able to defeat the mighty mages? Will they be able to take all of their mighty blows and fight back with dignity? We're about to find out. The masked stranger fought the dormitory magma lord himself. The stranger easily defeated him. While Mash was cooking, Lance was talking about the strongest lupus mages. They were the elite of Lana's clan. Against wizards at that level, you couldn't just go on the defensive and wait, you had to go on the offensive. Since Mash had already been at the Magic Academy for a month, he was given a robe. An agitated Lemon burst into the room, screaming that Tom was seriously hurt. The boys went to the infirmary to see the boy. The captain was very emaciated, and his appearance was very sickly. He had no recollection of what had happened, only a dream about being locked in a box. He could feel everything, but he couldn't say a word. Now the captain had no strength at all, not even magical strength, as if it had been sucked out. There were dozens of other casualties with the same symptoms in the infirmary. Lemon gave Mash a talisman to protect him from bad situations. At night at the academy, when everyone was asleep, Lance and Mash wandered the dark corridors. Finn and Dot also followed them. As a group, they walked down the hallway and saw Lemon there. It was very strange. Suddenly the girl began to move unnaturally, like a puppet. Fortunately, she did not notice the boys and continued walking. She was clearly under some sort of curse. The group rushed after her, but came to a dead end. Strange noises were heard from the darkness, like the creaking of wood. Lance used his powers and a huge door appeared on the floor. It seemed to be closed, then Dot tried to open it by force. With magic it could not be done. After that, Mash decided to make an attempt to open the door. Since magic wasn't working here, it was time to resort to physical force. Using the principle of leverage, he managed to open the door. Time to go into the dark, scary corridor. It turns out that underneath the academy is some kind of dungeon. This place was clearly chosen for a reason. At the end of the tunnel Dot saw a light. When they reached it, the boys entered a huge hall that looked like a battle arena. Just then a wizard appeared out of nowhere and explained that this was indeed an ancient dueling arena. The wizard was there by order of the third Fang. He acts as a kind of guard. Any intruders who trespass without asking must be destroyed by him. Naturally, the boys would fight for coins. It was Dot who went up against the guy. He was pissed off by all kinds of handsome guys that girls were crazy about. It was the only reason he had to beat the wizard. The guard underestimated the guy's capabilities and summoned vines from his wand. Meanwhile at the Bureau of Magic, the professor was summoned to the headmaster's office. He told them that 6 of the most dangerous criminals had recently escaped from prison. And our battle begins. Dot was the first to strike. The guard was aware that Dot had once defeated Silva. But this guard was much stronger than that apprentice. Dot threw firebombs at him. They surrounded the young man like mines. The explosive power of this magic is immense. But it still needs to be stepped on for it to work. In the arena, 2 powerful mages collided. Dot's fire couldn't overpower the stranger's vines and he grabbed the guy, knocking his wand out of him. He shackled the red-haired man in vines, the spikes of which prevented him from even moving. When the guard was about to destroy it, he made the fatal mistake of falling into the guy's explosive trap. They weren't actually mines, but sentry bombs. With his cunning, Dot managed to defeat the pretty boy. That's when the floor beneath the guys turned into quicksand and sucked them in. After riding through the floor, Lance found himself alone in a room with a dude in dark glasses, the third Fang of Magic Lupus Worth Muddle. Dot and Finn, on the other hand, fell to the floor of a very different room, where they were met by 2 mages, a girl with pink hair and a guy with a funny hat, Love and Milo. They seemed to have been deliberately separated, to destroy them one by one. Mash was in the other room, and he fell into a room where that masked stranger, Abyss Razor, was waiting for him. He somehow found out about Mash's inability to use magic. Abyss confessed that he didn't know how to use magic either. Now, to save Lemon, the friends must defeat the strongest mages.